Hey guys, welcome back. Well, we're on to another project this week, and the material got delivered yesterday, but it was raining, so we're gonna try to, as you can see, it's not the best weather again today, but we need to get some stuff done. Let me flip the camera around here. So we have the makings for what will be our chicken coop. We have some chickens coming, and we're going to get this thing built. I'm just going to build it over here by the woodshed for now, and then I'll move it with the loader later. We're going to be moving this rock wall from about, let's see, where about am I? About right here. We're going to move it back to those birch trees. So we're going to move all those boulders and get them back to so that it's kind of more, that's kind of our property line. I mean, I really can't tell. But these here are right inside the property. So we're real close to our eastern edge of our property here with where our house is at. But we're going to push those rocks back, and then the chicken coop and the fencing, which we have here, I'll bring you back here. We have from family, they were getting rid of an old kennel. So we have some nice high 6-foot fence that we're going to fix up and turn it into a chicken run. We just got to get it all cleaned up and staked down and strapped up, but yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. By the time we're done, we'll have hopefully a built chicken coop, and we'll just have to paint it when the weather gets nicer, but get it ready so that everything's good to go, and we'll bring you along for the project. Hi guys, we ran out of time and ran out of camera. Still learning my new cameras that I got. Been using the phone up until recently. This winter we got some cameras that we tried to use, but we never really got a chance to really use them much. We used them, well, I shouldn't say, we used them last fall too. But I'm not used to using them for these longer projects, and between the batteries, I got to watch the batteries more, and the storage isn't as good as my phone was. So but let me flip the camera around because I realized I didn't catch everything. But we got all the siding done. There'll be an automatic door that's coming this week, so I'll get that installed. Back is all done. I got to put the roof on, cut the poles off, or the posts off yet, and I got to build the nesting boxes, which are going to go on this side here along the bottom. And we got the door, the access door for clean out. A couple different latch styles. You know, we got that style and that one, just to kind of keep it animal proof. You know, it's really more bears that we got to worry about than anything else. But that basically gives us full access in here. Nesting boxes, like I said, will go in. That's the top, so I'll anchor to that. That'll be the height of the upside or the inside of the nesting boxes, and they'll go down shorter. But I got to cut that. I should say I got to cut up here yet for windows and screen, and then do some trim work on the outside. I did put, those are 2 perches. They should get plenty of space for the chickens to roost, to get up there. And really all you have to do to clean out is just, I was telling Jody, take the loader, get it right here below the door as close as you can, and stand in the bucket and just rake it all out. So for cleaning wise, it's going to be pretty good because we can just basically come in here, clean it. You know, I could have went a little bit smaller, but I wanted to be able to have the room to grow if we wanted to get more chickens. Plus, I'm also going to insulate this, and so there'll be no more work in here. So on these panels here where there's no screen or glass, I'm going to do foam insulation, and then I'm going to just put some plywood over that just to seal it and give it some weather tight, you know, so in the wintertime it's not as cold, and we'll ventilate it good so that so the heat can get out of here. But yeah, so it's going to be the Taj Mahal of chicken coops, I guess. But it is what we got to do yet and get it all set, because the chickens are supposed to be coming. I think this week we're planning on getting them. So I got to cut the posts off, get the chainsaw out and cut those off. Those are extra. And we really just want to make it. I was going to go a little bit higher, but I realized when I ordered materials, this outside, I forget what they call this paneling, this panel product. I thought I had ordered 6 sheets and I only ordered 4. So I had to change my design a little bit, because what I was hoping to do was to do a 4-foot back wall and a 5-foot, so that you could get this up. So in the wintertime, I mean, right now I can touch this, but in the wintertime, I wanted it to be able to get in, walk in here, get to the nesting boxes that'll be along the front, and not hit your head. But I mean, I think we'll be fine. We'll just keep it cleared out with the loader, keep the snow down. And in the back, I hung it over enough, because what tends to happen is the snow sloughs off, it tends to curl, and I wanted it to get it away from so it wasn't sitting on the edge here, but just drop it off, and then it'll drop to the ground, and it's tipped enough that it should slough the snow. If it gets too heavy, it'll slide off when the sun hits it. So I got to decide if I'm going to use, I ordered more of this galvanized steel panels that I could do the roof on, and I ordered enough to do that. But it's also, if you remember, here, let me walk around. We also used it for the skirting of the house, which you can see down there on that end of the house. We haven't finished this side yet, but that's what we use for that skirting. So I want to have that for the rest of the house, because we'll be doing that. Let me walk around this way. That'll be another project, but But down where the ICF forms are showing the styrofoam there, we're gonna put some boards across that to trim it out so that we can build on it, and then we're gonna basically put all that galvanized there. So that's kind of what the plan is for that. But before I do that, I need to get a board on the house that'll be I always call it rim joist, and I may be wrong in the terminology because I'm not an expert at that stuff. I just know what I need to do. But that board is going to be the foundation for where that sits, like up against tight, and then it'll go all the way to the ground. So I didn't order those. I forgot to order them when I ordered the material for the chicken coop because that was what I was planning on doing. But we'll just have to get some more later. It'll go with the next order I make. But I got the steel here. But also, anyhow, what I was saying is, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use that galvanized steel that's right there, or I do have some gray that we used for the siding up there. I do have some of that left over, and I'm going to go down and see how much of that left over. I might use that gray for the roof so it's a little warmer. Yeah, it'll be warm for heat, but it'll melt the snow off. And I just like the idea of that style better than the galvanized, but we'll see what works. So I'm going to get stuff set up and we're going to get started. Hi guys, I didn't film any of the prep stuff. I'll kind of film putting this together, but there's the opening for the nesting boxes. So they'll fit into there. There'll be 5 slots in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this put together, get it all assembled, and I'll film that. Not sure what I'm doing yet for the openings up here. The window I wanted to use is not going to work, so I'm going to have to just kind of make my own and kind of see how it goes. I think it'll be fine. It's not my idea. So then again, I don't have any plans. This is all just kind of, I had an idea. I've seen a couple similar to this, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to just build. I like that design. I like that. So I'm just kind of winging it. So, and I'll show you more as I get going, but so that'll be outside here. So this will basically sit up like this, and then there's another one on the outside. I'll cut a couple backs there, and then the back piece down here, which is a cutout, I'll cut that for the cover, because I'm going to use that same material for the cover. So I'm going to kind of get going on this. I'll film this and we'll get this nesting box together. I just got that trimmed out, and you got hooks here, there, and there. They keep that from getting flipped up, but that just gets it up. And this one's a little tight yet, but then you got access to the nesting boxes. So next is going to be the windows up here. Hi guys, I didn't film. I had some interruptions, so I didn't get a chance to film, but all I did is finish trimming out here and here. I put the roof on. I'll walk around the other side, but everything is ready to go. Roof is on. Did a little bit of a corner. I had a galvanized corner trim piece that I had left. I put that on this corner just because it was a little bit shy, and I'll show you why on the other side. But I still got to do the windows. But yeah, so the roof is done. Got a little bit of a 1-inch overhang, so it should drip off. But what I did on this side is I kind of overlapped it, and I would have thought I had those 2 trim pieces that I would have done it on both sides, but I just felt that this could overlap and then it would drip off that edge if it did, and it wouldn't be right on the wood. So I mean, it works, it just doesn't match. And then let me take you back around this side. So we got the corner piece here. This just kind of, you know, this kind of finishes up that corner, that outside corner that just doesn't look good with this siding. But yeah, so that's done. That's done. So really, the only 2 things I have left is to cut the windows here. And once the windows are done, put the mesh on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up some hinges, and I'm going to figure out how to latch it to that 2x4. So really what I'm thinking is that when it's not in the summertime, I can have those doors flipped up and held up out of the way, and then in the winter time put them back down. That's kind of what I'm thinking, so that's kind of where I'm going to go with it. And I just haven't figured out how I'm going to do it yet, but I figure I'll start with hinges, probably a couple other hooks like we did here, you know, those hooks there. I'll probably do something like that on either side of the window opening, and that way I don't have to worry about, in the wintertime I can close it off. So, and in the summertime, like it's this now, we got 70 some degrees today, so we went from sweatshirt weather to shorts weather in one day. But yeah, and that'll brighten it up in here too. And on that end there'll be an automatic solar door, so that it'll open and close for the chickens once they get acclimated and they're good to come out. So yeah, but that's gonna be it for now. I'm gonna get those hinges. I'm gonna call it a day. Alright guys, I didn't film putting this in, but I wanted to show you the finished product. So we basically got the windows opened up, and you can see from this one, you know, we got the mesh screen behind it. And then in the summer, so you can see, we can latch it up with these hooks here and here, and it holds it up so that it's not getting bounced around by the wind. And then when we have inclement weather, cold weather, when we want to keep it warm in there, it comes down, they come down and they latch. There's a latch on this end and a latch on that end. So that is the finished product of the build. We're going to end the video here, and we'll bring you back when we get everything moved. So we're going to get it moved, but this video has gotten pretty long, so I want to end it here. We'll bring you back, and we'll get this to when we place it, and then once we finish placing, we'll put the fencing up and get everything done. So we'll see you in the next video.